we was playing football, we was playing baseball, we was playing football, basketball, everything, kickball. That was very popular in my community. Just running around and just exerting as much energy as possible till the lights, in the street came on. It was time to get in the house. Like I just wanted to do whatever. And then I think once I got into
Brown would have been raw as hell at football.
The youth leagues where it started being competitive, I actually love the competitive nature of basketball. Being out there 5-on-5, and
I don't think his impact on football would have been. I don't want to interrupt the king. I don't think that. I think he chose basketball because that was his. Well, clearly that was his sport, but I don't think that his effect on the game of football would have been as pivotal as like basketball. Like he would have been like a good version of Antonio Brown. Like Antonio Brown's crash out. I think LeBron would have been the model version of that, if that makes sense. So all the stats and all the accolades just with none of the crashing out.
We win the majority of games. We win something with Chad banquet and trophies like that's inspired me, because I watched NBA guys, college guys at the end of the season, they get the host a trophy or whatever. I thought that was pretty inspiring. So, as a kid, you just always inspired by the ones that's already doing it. I think that was a big moment for me for sure.
It's funny you said the commercials. Like I really started playing when I was about 13. I played hockey, soccer, baseball, lacrosse. So just a bit of soccer, tennis. That's right. So thank you. Still a lot of tennis. Still a lot to play. That's the kid in me that never goes away, right? Like I still just want to be out there playing. It brings up like I was going to say that when I was 13, what really got me basketball was Michael Jordan. The first Air Jordan shoes commercial was Mike Lee. Just like I'm saying, like that stuff inspires you as a young kid. So
I like the raw. I like the raw footage. Like I like the way they do it. I like the setup for the podcast.
You were playing in the playground. You were playing in the street.
I know JD watching this shit. Like, let's get Steve Nash to be a coach.
The study really highlights.
Keep doing a podcast with me and let Steve Nash be a coach.
Use sports to be commercialized. Use sports. So like this is my way of explaining it. I grew up, we play soccer and hockey, we play baseball, box, lacrosse in the summer. And it costs you like $100 a season for each sport. Well, somebody, some entrepreneur, someone says, well, I need to make a business of this. Said, well, if I can sell the dream to the family, the little Sarah or Johnny, they might have a chance to go somewhere with this, but they got to commit to this sport for the year. And 6, 7, 8.
That's what you do.
Right? So what happens is now the parents are involved. There's a system. They're not playing informally. It leads to personal trainers, strength and conditioning coaches, like trying to unpack that and rewind it. It's like now like how many times do you drive by a park now and see kids playing basketball? Like your boys just come through the whole system. Do they go to the park and play with their friends?
Very rare. Yeah, very rare.
LeBron James, of course, they didn't go down the street and play with their friends.
But most of these people were saying
program.
Yeah, and they live, for the majority of the time, my kids were living, South Florida and living in Southern California. So, like, there was no reason for them not to be outside. Right. I get it if they enjoy the time up in Northeast Ohio where you have 4 seasons. It's hard to get on outdoor court. There's 6 inches of snow or it's raining crazy.
That's another good point.
It's not.
Well, no, because you can still play inside when it's cold. But that nigga LeBron grew up in fucking cold ass conditions, still became the best basketball player ever.
Soccer, cross, track and field. Like, me and my guy, we ran track and field as well. We were like super duper young. We played football all the way.
I ran track and field when I was young.
High school, we didn't just have it at one thing, just did one thing all year round. And I think a lot of kids burn the hell out. You just tell them to do I'll just do this one all year round. Just play basketball, just play volleyball, just play soccer all year round. And you burn out, at 22, 23, 24. Because you've just been doing this shit right now. 13, 17. It starts, I know it's not failed. I'm not even going to play them yet. So I don't think when they count these kids being able, they should be able to explore them.
Do they still play on the playground in Slovenia? Even there, it's still a program now. It's fascinating to me because I think, like, what happens is that's where we develop the joy, right? It's playing with your friends. Not a coach telling you what to do, just trial and error.
And it's like on the playground, you're allowed to make mistakes and nobody's going to say anything. Yeah. And I think that's like one of the main points too.
And that's where I think every generation learns from home before, but you also learn from the playground trial and error.
Yeah.
Like you go play, you try stuff, it doesn't work. Don't do that. Like there's late passes, that develops. Things you did at your size, you did. And then you weren't handling the ball. You had a coach say you're a 4. By the time you're 10 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a basketball trainer until second, third, maybe 4th year in the NBA. Right. Like my basketball training was just being on the court. Let's just go hoop.
That's how good he is, man. God damn. This nigga say he didn't get a real trainer to his 4th year in the NBA.
Basically, it's one man for himself, and you can be guarded by.
Hey, I'll stop playing when I go.
I shoot 2 free throws, and I get back like And that's how a lot of creation started. Me being able to dribble around 3 or 4 guys, go behind the back, get physical with your friends, so. Yeah, it definitely helped me out a lot.
Let me ask you, so you're out there trying to get to between 2, 3, 4 guys at your size, and even my size. What is more joyful? Where do you learn? We learn a lot faster than trial and error. Or a coach saying, "Here's the cones. I want you to cross over, spin." Like that's gone for our kids in a way, right? You don't get that time to just play, to try things, to make mistakes, to play weird games, right? Like you would never go to a skills coach right now and you'd be like, "All right, guys, what do you want?" No. Right? You know what I mean? It's like we got a program. We're gonna try. And so what happens is the joy, the creativity comes out of the game. And that's why you get kids quitting at 13, right? So like, did you ever have that? Did you ever skills coaches when you were growing up? Or just your coach?
Just my coach. Yeah. It's crazy. I don't think like skill coaches existed.
Yeah.
No, I was one.
One of the most skilled players in the NBA said he don't got a skilled coach.
96. 99.
I mean, but like,
it's the 90s.
Barely.
Oh my God, it's like 99. It's
99 guys.
Yeah,
I was your age at 99. It's crazy. You notice the grades. But it is, it's not everything's bad. Right? Like, I'm not here to say that everything's bad.
No.
Some things are better. We know more about the body. We know more about a lot of things nowadays. But I do think that the commercialization has really made it less joyful, less creative, right? And then you don't have the social aspect as much.
Right.
You know, it's like the pressure the system puts on a parent. Like, I can't take this away from my kid. I got to give him this chance. Instead of the kid being like, I'm going to the park to play, or I'm going to go in the backyard. So I think it makes it complicated. You know, I don't know how we kind of add that piece back into this puzzle where kids are playing informally. I don't know, like, maybe this is what you're going to try to do.
That's what we're trying. Like I said, the way I grew up was just going out to school, going to court, and then go to practice. So I was outside a lot. They even tried the skateboarding. They built a new skate park. When I was playing.
I was nigga with a skateboard.
No. I was wearing everything. It wasn't. I was too tough for that.
That's amazing. So what about this project? Inside Youth Basketball. Like, how do you see it? Like, how do you envision making an impact?
Well, first of all, I think we got great people on it. Like yourself.
Yeah, the Athletes Council.
Yeah, and just like we got people that grew up in different places playing basketball. So you grew up in Canada, Steph grew up in U.S., Dirk grew up in Germany, I grew up in Slovenia and Spain. So we're just trying to combine everything, like everything together. See the weaknesses, see the strengths, just combine everything and let the kids have fun. That's the most important part. And have fun like I had when I was growing up.
Yeah, it's a great concept. I mean, how can we put our heads together? And like I said.
I got
I didn't go to college right after high school, and now I have this fantastic opportunity. And to anyone else that also didn't go, I would say, it's never too late. Getting a degree is important to me because I feel like I'm setting myself up for future success. I'm not.
People are always taking it to the moon, but they're sleeping on who the real is. Okay, okay.
A lot of what we're doing, I'm not trying to disparage skills coaches. It's just like it's become an economy. It's taken away. It's formal play. How can we put our heads together and kind of find a part of the puzzle that is informal, that is pressurized? So this is what you want to do is to help educate coaches, programs, instill it in different places around the country.
Yeah, and I'm saying, I think it's a lot for the kids. I don't know the different kinds. When I grew up, I didn't have anything. I just had one coach. That was it.
Whoa.
I think we're putting a lot of pressure on kids nowadays.
Yeah.
Just like having
I think